What's up, everybody? This is Francis over here from PE Reviews and PlayerEssence.com, and today we're going to be talking about Resident Evil 5. Yes, Resident Evil 5. Now, this is a curious case for this game. I actually really like this game, but at the same time, it really made me mad. Now, short story for those who didn't catch my live stream that I talked about this game, my 1000K special on my PlayerEssence.com channel. I actually changed my major for this game, or changed my focus. I know I was a PE major, and then I actually switched to kinesiology, just general, just so I didn't have to go to the dance class that's required for the PE major. So that's what the power of Resident Evil will do to you. It'll make you switch your whole focus in life. But anyway, all jokes aside, Resident Evil 5, what can I say about this game? Now, when it first came out, I was super hyped. Coming off of Resident Evil 4, which is one of the greatest games of all time in my opinion, Resident Evil 5 had a lot to live up to. Did it live up to those expectations? Somewhat. It succeeded in some things and it failed in other things. Now, the weapon system, I love that. Of course, it brought back the Resident Evil 4's weapon system and controls. And a lot of people thought that was kind of controversial for the game as far as, having the type of controls that it had. I remember IGN saying, oh, well, this is, 2009, we can't have these type of controls, or something along the lines of that. But I think that the controls were meant for a certain reason. They basically, though, the tank controls, as people would call it, were put in place basically to give the sense of fear that the Resident Evil 4 had, and the fact that you can't move and shoot at the same time. Now, that was fixed in Resident Evil 6, but that's not what we're talking about right now. We're just talking about Resident Evil 5. So what do I like the most about the game? So let's talk about the positives. Now, the positives about the game are, one, it is a beautiful looking game. I mean, this game just looks fantastic. Even with the next generation systems coming out, I popped this baby back in just to play on my PS3 the other day. And you know what? It still looks good and it holds up very well. I would say the artistic style and the graphics actually look better than some next generation games that we're seeing right now. That's just personally from my point of view. So the graphics are beautiful. As far as the controls go, I like the controls. Certainly some people think that they're clunky, but I think they work well for the type of game that this is. And the gameplay is actually really fun. The scenarios they have you go in, they added co-op, so that was cool. They added online play. Of course, they have the whole mercenaries mode. They redid that. So there's plenty of content in this game. This game is pretty rich as far as content. There's tons of unlockables. There's tons of things to do. There's a lot of mission variety as far as where you're going through and things along that nature. So there's a lot of positives about this game. So why did it get a lot of flack from some of the fans? Not as much as RE6, but the reason why with this game, RE5, is the problem is that it wasn't really scary. There was really no scary moments. They tried to do some stuff like when you're in the swamp, and they tried to do some other things that were kind of scary, but otherwise it wasn't. A lot of times it was daytime outside, so it wasn't classic RE horror, and it wasn't even anywhere near as scary as Resident Evil 4. That game wasn't scary at all. So the fact that they didn't have any types of big scare moments or scare factors in the game was kind of a turnoff. Like there's other games like Zombie U that did horror way better than Resident Evil 5 did. So that was one of the problems. Now, another one of the problems that I actually had with the game was the professional mode, and that was the co-op gameplay. And just not even just co-op, just basically having your partner. Sheva is an idiot, or if you're Sheva, Chris is an idiot. The AI in this game is absolutely atrocious. It was meant to be played with a co-op partner, but if you don't have anybody to play with right next to you, and then I don't really like online play, there's lag. I mean, there's lag in this game's online play. There's lag sometimes, so I like to play by myself. And the AI partner, he's just an idiot. The AI in this game is absolutely horrible. There was times, where I was playing the game, and Sheva would get shot with an arrow, or I would get shot and she wouldn't come heal me. She'd just be standing on me. Especially the time in the on the boat scene where you're on the boat and you have people shooting arrows at you and stuff. I was dying because professional mode, it's one hit and you're into the dying. And she would not save me. She would not respond, or she wouldn't heal me. So that was one of the big problems I had with the game. And it actually got to the point to where it was pretty much unplayable on professional mode without going online and getting some help or using the codes in the game to basically just blast through it. There was the tentacle monster. The second time you're at the Tricell Corporation or whatever, and the second time you're there and that tentacle monster, it's almost impossible to beat with the AI, just because you need 2 people to beat that part, and the AI is just so stupid on professional mode. You're gonna end up wasting all your ammo. So I'm not sure if any of you guys had that same problem, but I know I did. I ended up going online and getting somebody to help me to beat that part, but I wanted to go through professional mode by myself and beat it. I didn't really feel like playing online. I already played it on the Xbox 360 and did not care to play online anymore. So that was the one down thing for me. Another problem that I had with this game particularly was just basically some of the structure and how the missions played out. Now, they were good overall, but like I said, it just lacked that fear that Resident Evil is known for, and it just lacked really the certain parts as far as the boss fights go. The boss fights were not really creative, in my opinion. I had a lot more fun with the boss fights in Resident Evil 4 and previous Resident Evil games. Now, to say, is this a bad game? Heck no. It's a great game. It's actually one of my favorite Resident Evil games, believe it or not, and I've played a lot of them. I've played pretty much all of them. Resident Evil 4 still takes the cake, but this game is still a lot better than Resident Evil 6, because I will not be, well, I might talk about that game if you guys want me to enough, but this game's still better than Resident Evil 6. It's underneath Resident Evil 5, but I still feel it's still one of the better Resident Evil games out there. Doesn't quite stack up to Revelations either, but it's still, well, I'd actually say it's kind of tied with Revelations. They're both good in their own right. But anyway, still a great game. I still recommend getting the game. It's dirt cheap. Now, if you haven't played Resident Evil 5, go ahead and pick it up on the PS3 or Xbox 360. You'll be happy. Or it's on PC as well. I'm pretty sure it is. So that'd be cool. You can pretty much get it on any system now, cheap. And I really like it. If I was to give it a score, because I know you guys, some of you guys like to actually hear me give it a score. If I was to give it just a score, I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. I think it's a fantastic game with plenty of content. It just kind of lacks the fear and some of the stuff that made the series good, but that doesn't take away from the fact that it's still a great game, and I really, really like it. And thanks to Dip for basically recommend that I talk about this game. And if you guys have any recommendations of games that you want me to talk about, make sure you leave that in the comment section below. Also, make sure you check out playeressence.com for all your news, reviews, trailers, tips, and tricks. We got plenty of stuff going up on the site today, and of course all week. And like I said, request in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe if you're someone new. I'm going to be doing at least 3 to 4 episodes of Just Games every single week, so you're going to get a lot of that. And like I said, maybe we'll get your game on the show. Alright, once again, this is Francis signing out from PE Reviews and PlayerSS.com, and we will see you guys for the next episode of Just Games. Peace.